Hi guys, Shinji72 here, time for another top 10 video. We have already done the quest mods, so now it's time for the top 10 best immersive mods. Yes, immersive, that's a tricky word. Let's say by that I mean something which makes the Skyrim world more consistent, more believable, more realistic. After all, everything which keeps the illusion you are actually entering a virtual real world and not just a game. So, number 10, Simply Knock. The most recent mod on this list. Vanilla NPCs, they have a schedule, they have their own inventory, they have their own place for sleeping. And that's very good, but if you look for one of them and it's sleeping time, the only way to get in would be through infraction. Knockups solves all this and make it very simple and logical. Now you can just knock up everywhere, if there is someone it will reply, and eventually they will let you in. And after they have gently let you in, if you feel like a psychopath, you can kill them in their own house. Very messy. Number 9, PirateLord Loot Adjustment. The most underrated and unknown mod on this list. But guys, don't you think it's strange that you find settings in Dwemer and ancient Nordic ruins? I mean, the Empire didn't even exist when these places were built. And also, you are maybe the first to enter a Dwemer underground city and you find elvish armor. It doesn't really make sense, and this mod finally fixed this. You will find Dwemer coins or ancient Nord coins in the respective dungeons, and in each location you will find only the appropriate kind of weapons and armors. And not only so, this mod makes all containers in the game, from barrels to crates, to be lootable, with appropriate content. Number 8, Morrowloot. There are many versions of this mod, and I'm using the original one by Trainwitz, the train-obsessed genius modder. As the previously mentioned PirateLord loot adjustments, this mod too will change the looting systems, and both mods can work together. In Skyrim, usually the loot you find is randomly generated every time based on your level. This mod changes this the way it was in Morrowind, which means every single loot is hand-placed in the world from the start. Basically, if you are very lucky, you can find a Daedric armor from level 1. Oh yeah! Problem is that there is only one Daedric armor set in the wall of Skyrim, so you have to be very lucky. This system has a very important immersive consequence, in my opinion. In vanilla Skyrim, when you level up, you will find that suddenly everybody is wearing ebony and Daedric stuff. And I mean, these are things which are supposed to be rare, expensive, if not even secret and esoteric. With Morrowloot, this won't happen anymore. And those loosey bandits wearing hides and furs will keep wearing hides and furs, as they deserve. Number 7. Populated town, road, prison, well, whatever. I really love the fact that vanilla NPCs, they have their own schedules and personalities. Still, it might seem a little bit weird that Skyrim's main cities are inhabited by just a bunch of people. To me, especially the road in Skyrim feel very lonely. Apart from some random events, it really feels like you are the only one walking from town to town in Skyrim. But now the Populated series solves that. There is a populated prison, populated forts, populated dungeons. The one I love the most is populated roads. And of course populated towns and cities. Altogether, they will add a few hundreds of new generic NPCs, like pilgrims, merchants, laborers, citizens, to the world of Skyrim to make it just a little bit more realistic and believable. Just a word of advice, though.
What do you want, Imperial?
If you use a populated town and cities, use the 50% less populated version. Because it can get very crowded inside taverns, especially if you have installed also interesting NPC and the next mod. Number 6. Inconsequential NPCs. They might be inconsequential to you, the Dragonborn, but they are not inconsequential to the world of Skyrim.
I have nothing to say to you.
This mod will add a few NPCs, far less than populated, but they are handpicked to fill some roles or positions which were missing in the world of Skyrim. For example, have you noticed how Maven Blackbriar, the most powerful mastermind behind all what's going on in Riften, she's always going around alone? Ripple, the creator of Inconsequential NPC, she decided that it was a little bit weird for Maven to go around so defenseless. And so she gave her a new bodyguard. Here he is. Anything to declare?
My job is to protect the mistress, not to answer your stupid questions.
Okay, let's move on. All the NPC coming from this mod are there for the sake of consistency. In Solitude you will find a pair of foreign ambassadors, and there is also a town crier.
Hear ye! Hear ye!
In Windhelm you will find some nobles waiting in Alfric Palace.
Did you know these Argonians shed their skin every few days? It's like walking in a pile of dead slaughterfish.
I did not know that. Disgusting, truly.
Riften has a bad reputation, so you will find dragheads during the day and these two prostitutes during the night. Ripple thought a lot about each of these new NPCs. You will also find some new inconsequential children and old people. In the Arcadia shop, for example, you will find Arcadia's mother. And why so? Well, she explained that the ratio between adult and old people in Skyrim is a bit weird. You should find less adult people around because they are away fighting the war or died in the war, and also you will find a lot of children and old people left behind the houses. The vanilla Skyrim, she wrote, looks more like a country which has been plagued by some kind of pestilence. The pestilence would mostly kill the older people, and that would explain their absence in Skyrim. Well guys, really, when I read this explanation on the Nexus, I wanted to ask publicly Ripple as my wife. We would have married at the Temple of Mara in front of all her inconsequential NPCs. But then she would have discovered all my Lover's Labs mods collection, so...
Get out of the temple!
How could you? Just go.
Number 5. Realistic animals and predators. With this mod, Skyrim animal will behave in a much more realistic ways. Once per day, they will search for some water. If they are predators, they will look for something to eat twice a day. And if you kill them right after, probably you will find what they have eaten in their inventory. They will have babies. They will stop attacking you altogether like they are one happy predator family. They will start fighting each other. Now and then you will find some smaller animals like this nice spider here. And it's not only about the wildlife. Have you ever wondered why there are no pigs and sheep in Skyrim? Well, now they are. Number 4, Wet&Cold by Izoku. For me, this mod will be of extreme importance just for one of its features, the brief. Because breathing is the most visible sign that you are entering a cold area. But this mod will also make you covered in snow and make you drip when you are wet. Not only that, it makes all NPCs in the game to react to the weather. If it starts raining or snowing, they will try to cover themselves.
Fresh baked loaves, still warm from the oven.
And then there is Holiday, which is incredible. A whole new calendar of festivities has been added to Tamriel, to Skyrim, all lore friendly. And if you come at the right moment, you will find people celebrating in the streets. Number 3, Loot&Degradation, always by Izoku. I've used a lot this mod during my Aimless adventure gameplay, with nice results. The loot parts means that you won't be the only one looting, which makes no sense. You will notice also the other NPC will loot the enemies they have killed. And then there is the degradation part, which means that every weapons or armors you have is in danger of breaking up into pieces. You can tweak this feature to be more or less severe, but this is not only realistical, it also makes for a nice gameplay. If you are complaining that Skyrim is too easy, gets too easy when you level up, well, it's also because you are crafting your perfect equipment. But with Loot&Degradation, your perfect equipment will break down after a while, and you will have to keep the fighting with whatever you will find on the ground. Which to me is not only realistical, but is also funny to play. Number 2. Ineed, yes, the Skyrim most complete and easy Need mod. And guess who is the creator? Izoku, once again. With Ineed, your player character will need to eat, sleep, drink. You can easily tweak how severe these needs will be by the MCM menu, and also what the consequence will be. You can set how quick the food will spoil in your inventory, how much the food will weigh, how much it will cost, and also eventually you can reduce your carry weight. You can activate the same needs for your follower and for your horse. You won't be able anymore to pick up plants from the farm. You will have to pay for them or to steal them. All in all, it's a very complex but still easy to use mod from Izoku, which is one of the greatest Skyrim modders. He has a very recognizable modding style. His mods are always both elegant and simple to use. And these are qualities which remind me of... guess who? Yes, to me, Izoku is the Steve Jobs of the modding community. Do you think I'm exaggerating? Well, but haven't you noticed the link? First of all, of course, the name, Ineed, and then look at the apple here. Before the number one, let's have a few honorable mentions. There are so many Immersion mods after all, so let me quickly point to convenient horse for a better handling of your horses. Footprints, yes, to have footprints. Immersive Citizen for an improved NPCs AI. Simple action, to sleep everywhere. And I will write down some more on my Facebook page. So, now we are number one! Frostfall by Chesco, the mod which brought cold into Skyrim. With Frostfall installed, one of your most dangerous enemy is Mother Nature herself. To determine if you are freezing, the mod will check what you are wearing and the weather condition and the location, and just that will be quite an impressive accomplishment, but it's not just that. It also gives you the tools to keep your body warm, so you will be able to create and place campfires and tents. It's really incredible how he created this placing system from scratch just to make this mod works. We have now something similar in Fallout 4, and he kind of anticipated that in Skyrim years before. So guys, that was all. This was my top 10 immersive mod list. Hope you enjoy it, hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know if you agree with this list, if I missed something. Of course I have. There are so many mods about immersion. These are the mods I've used the most playing Skyrim, and you can see many of them in my Aimless Adventure gameplay. But now, before leaving, I want to ask you something. Yes, of course, subscribe if you like the video, but what about the next top 10? I've made already the quest mods, today I've made the immersive mods, and for the next one I want to give you the choice. So I give you two options. First is top 10 leaf textures, and second is top 10 sexy mods. Okay, for you to decide, see you next. This was Shinji72. Bye!